Hi, my name is Wale Elmi, Director and Co-Founder of Rise Projects, a community development organisation based in Haringey. And we're really happy to be here today at the UCAS Inter-Somali Society event, which is a yearly event. This is its third year. And earlier on we were taking part in the discussions with the students, and now we're here to set up our stall with a view of engaging the young people around some of the activities that we've been doing. So we'll be giving advice around knife crime, community safety, and also stop and search, amongst other things. And it's been a good experience to be here, and we're very happy to be here to engage young people from across London, and also to work with an interesting demographic who are going through a transition of sorts, making that transition from secondary school to college, which is a very important age group for us in terms of the service provisions and the activities that we provide. The event's been really good, really well organised. It's been really good, very insightful. There's been some really interesting discussions, particularly from some people who've had lived experiences. So we've heard from people who've had like gap years, people who are from like different subject areas, so for example like different fields, people who've had like work experience. So it's been really good and very insightful. And what I particularly like about the event is the fact that there's such a diversity of people here today. Although they're all Somali, they're all from different experiences, different backgrounds, and a lot of them I can see will definitely have a bright future if they take heed of what was discussed here today, and also just to apply some of the knowledge that they've gained from today's event.
Rise Project, everyone, round of applause, please.
And Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And really good to see everyone here today, inshallah. And I'm sure to prepare a small speech, so we'll get started, inshallah. And my name is Wale Elmi, and I'm one of the directors of Rise Projects, a community empowerment organisation based in Haringey, North London. And we've been founded since 2016. We work mostly with the Somali community, but also other Bay communities as well. And so Rise Projects was, as I mentioned, was founded in 2016. And the reason why we founded the organisation was really to empower young Somali people to achieve their best life outcomes, and also to ensure that the community is represented across the board, whether it's meetings, strategic level, meetings with the council, the Mayor of London, the Metropolitan Police, and all other voluntary sector organisations. At the moment, we are running 3 different projects, one of which is called the UCAS programme. We always use acronyms in our organisation, so RISE isn't just necessarily RISE, but it stands for Real Impact Social Empowerment Projects. And the UCAS programme is about the Youth Inclusion and Community Safety Programme, which is really about empowering young Somali people to stay safe. As many of you are aware, there's a serious issue around knife crime, particularly within our community. I won't dwell too much on that today because we're here to celebrate success and your future prospects, but I would like to mention that there is a severe overrepresentation of young people who are fatally stabbed every year. And one of the things we've been doing to address that issue has been going in to do early intervention. So we work with several schools in Haringey and also in different boroughs. And one of the things we do is we run a program called the Personal Development Mentoring Program, which is usually a 6-week program, but can be extended, as has been done with some schools, to 15 weeks. So what that really means is every week we go into the schools and we cover different themes, especially for year 7s, 8, 9, 10, and some year 11s as well. There's a big issue around school exclusion across the board in London, and one of the things that comes out of this is something called the schools to prison pipeline, which is once a young person gets excluded from school, usually in year 9 or year 10, then their life takes a trajectory where there are negative things will happen. For example, once you're excluded from school, there's a higher chance of you being potentially groomed, going to crews, for example, people referral units, which is a big issue in our borough, and I'm sure in many other boroughs in London. And then ultimately, by the time a young person is 16, they have no GCSEs, which then means there's a conveyor belt where they will be groomed by people who run counter lines or criminal gangs. And then obviously we know the consequences of that, which has been a massive fatality within our community, which this year has shown about 12 people being stabbed. Last year the number was 10, and the year before that who's around 9. One of the things we do is we collect data around this. Unfortunately, the Somali community doesn't have its own specific ethnic monitoring category. So what we do is we troll through the media, the police websites, many other information sources and outlets, and ensure that young Somali people are given a figure, if anything.
Let me ask you guys, how many of these people do you recognise? Yeah.
Is that not the BBC reporter? He went to City University. Muhammad something.
No, he went Oxford.
No, he went City, done his bachelor's, went Oxford to do masters.
No, he did his bachelor's at Oxford.
No, I'm 100% he went City and then went
No,
Oxford
we'll
to do
find out
masters.
on the next page.
Where's LinkedIn?
We'll find out.
What's his name?
I
Do you know his name?
Raghi Omar.
Raghi Omar, yeah. What about this guy?
No idea.
And
What about
he's
this guy?
the judge in the High Supreme Court.
Yeah, he is.
Leads it,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, he's very incredible.
And the event today was really, really inspirational. It was such an amazing event, really well organised, I have to say. So really good credit to the organisers. We managed to engage a lot of young people, speaking to them around all the different topics that we had lined up for them. So things like knife crime, stop and search, community safety, and many other topics. And also we went through our personal development mentoring program with many of the kids and the young people who attended this event today. They were very encouraged by the work that we were doing, very supportive, and also you can tell there was a lot of need for the work that we're doing, especially in terms of engaging the young people that we engaged today. And going forward, we've developed some really wonderful ties and connections with many of the Somali Society committee members, some of the presidents, and also some of the organisations that were present today as sponsors. So the plan for us going forward is to work closely to improve people's life chances, but also more importantly to follow up on whatever was discussed today to ensure that more events like this are created, more young people are empowered, and more opportunities are created for the future generations.